Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater.
Earlier this spring, volunteers in Carbon County gave up their weekends to save a connection with their past. They helped fix up the Mahoning Drive-In near Highton, and they hope their hard work would help keep it open for summers to come. But the theater, just off Route 443, also needs $60,000 for a digital projector. Hollywood will soon stop printing films that run on older projectors, like this one at the Mahoning Drive-In.
So many drive-ins are abandoned, torn down, gone.
A drive-in movie theater is back in Carbon County, despite talk it would have to fold after being unable to purchase a digital projector.
The manager here says if they are still unable to purchase a digital projector for next season, one option would be to run this as a classic drive-in, playing older movies still available on 35mm film.
We really hit it off with our love of film.
And then you get to hold a piece of film in your hand, the actual physical film, and say, all these images that I've been watching over all these years are on this little plastic strip.
It's not pristine, it's not spotless. That's what I love about film. More than anything else, it's messed up in some weird little way that makes it unique.
That print carries with it the entire history of the life of that print. This is the same piece of film that passed through a projector when this movie was new.
24 frames per second was initially chosen because it was the speed at which you would trick the brain into thinking it was looking at something real and moving and not just pictures in a row. And Quentin Tarantino points to that when he talks about what he thinks is the literal magic of movies.
We're up on this pedestal that 35mm is our format, the only format.
We keep this retro mentality, film first, and 35 forever. That's it.
And now, on with the show.
Home sweet home. We do have our PG-13. We run all ratings. I've never run an X. I don't think I would do that. I don't think I wouldn't want people driving down the highway looking at the... No, I would never do that. I can't do that. This is pretty much what it was like when we closed in October. I mean, they've got a couple, they were packing up some posters and some videotapes, but with the decorations, I mean, this is the way it was in October. That's what I came to do today, is finish setting up all the sound, finish getting the projectors oiled and cleaned, and I'm hoping to run one of the intermission reels tonight just to test things. Most drive-ins in general have been renovated many times, and this one has not. This is almost original, and that's the way I wanted to keep it. That's why I fell in love with it, when I thought, oh my goodness. This was meant to be a single screen drive-in. Everyone facing the same direction at the same time, watching the same movie at the same time. That's how drive-ins were built. Nobody used to build drive-ins in the 40s with the idea of having 2-3 screens. This is the way drive-ins were meant to be, so.
When you walk into a drive-in that does what I'm doing, you are stepping back in time. You know, if you look around you, you see a field, you know, that hasn't changed in 67 years. You see a building, a screen, the interior of the building that hasn't changed in 67 years. You think, my gosh, this is old, and it's still operating. I always liked movies, ever since I was a little kid.
I got this projector when I was in junior high. I mean, it's an old 16 millimeter. It's from the 1950s. I have my own 16 millimeter collection, features, shorts, cartoons.
I've been a projectionist, a professional projectionist, since 1978. The Air Force Base Theater needed a projectionist, and I thought, well, that would be neat. So that's where I learned to work professional 35 millimeter, was in the Air Force, at the Air Force Base Theater. Yeah, the projectors I have there are Simplex E7s. They're the original projectors from 1948, when the theater was built. They've been running 67 years.
And these are considered heavy machinery. You used to have a license to run these. You couldn't just, you had to have a license to run these. Because they can kill you if you're not careful. Guys back in the 70s that had long hair, like Patrick, for example, they were projectionists. They'd get it caught in the spots while it was running. It ripped the hair right out of their heads. Oh yeah, it ripped the hair right out of their heads.
Now everything is digital, and you press a button. You're not working with it. It's all exactly the same thing, ones and zeros from a computer, you know.
Your loops have to be the right size, because if they're not, then the sound is not synchronized with people's lips.
You don't even have to go into a projection booth anymore. You can set a timer on these digital projectors, and at the same time, every day, they'll start the movie. You don't even have to walk into the booth. What's the point? What's there to do? That's why there are no projectionists anymore, because it's not a profession. There's nothing to do. No, there isn't. Look at computers, look at your laptops or your desktops. After 5 years, they're obsolete, they're junk. Systems are faster, electronics are better, they're smaller. So the digital projectors that first came out, say, 8 years ago, or even 10 years ago, now it's almost where nobody wants them. They want everybody, the industry wants everybody to be digital. So there's only two ways you can go with it, and that was the juncture that I was at.
Turns out we can get one more summer. Now hopefully this summer will be good enough that next season we can put in a digital projector.
If you are fortunate enough to have one of the few remaining drive-in theaters, there's only two directions you can go. You're either going to stay first run and be digital. The only other option is to play old movies, because they're not making them on 35 millimeter anymore. So now I'm not going to be able to afford to get a digital projector. I better figure out what to do with the 35 millimeter projectors that I already have. I was able to keep it going for the first part of 2014. This is before Matt and Virgil came along.
Yeah, I've got it choked. I'm coming towards Lee Heighton. I'm coming down, I think that's 209, and there's construction. There's construction on the bridge, and traffic is backed up all the way down 443 and up 209. I decide I'll take a detour. I bust out my trusty road atlas. I don't have a smartphone, I use maps, old school. And basically tracked a new route. I'd never gone down that road. First time I ever drove down it was a couple years ago. And I'm going down 443 and I see the marquee, the big red arrow. And I thought, first impression was, oh, abandoned drive-in. I should go check that out. Gave Virgil a call right away.
And said, "You'll never believe what I'm looking at." He says, "I'm standing under the marquee of a drive-in."
That's where I met Jeff. And he just invited me into the projection booth. I sat down at an old antique theater chair, and we literally talked for like an hour.
Late 50s, early 60s, this was the way to go as far as sound goes, because magnetic sound was better than optical sound. Because the only speakers you had at a drive-in were those little speakers in the steel case.
Yeah.
It's not high fidelity.
Jeff, I don't know what to say about Jeff. He's a magician.
As soon as I met Jeff, the first day that I met Jeff, I knew that he was going to be a really important part of my life. He's not worried about all this like other shit that everybody else worries about all the time. You know what I mean? He is very pure.
Did you leave your hot dog clamps out here or what? So then I am the projectionist and the owner of the drive-in. And I lease the property. I do not own the property. Boy, I wish I did. I hope that's coming someday. I own the business, but the property is still owned by the guy that's had it for decades, and he leases it to me. But someday I would like to buy the property so that I actually own the whole lock, stock, and barrel. So.
I consider, you know, Jeff's relationship here as that piece of the past. And Matt and myself coming in here is a little breath of the future.
They knew an opening that I was not familiar with. They knew social media where I did not. I only knew the bare bones of it.
He saw that immediately, that these guys want to help me save this drive-in.
When Matt and Virgil came in, I honestly didn't know what to think of them at first. And there was definitely a lot of frustration. I felt like I was just pushed aside and I wasn't important anymore. We definitely had some arguments, especially Matt and I.
Jess has been around longer than any of us, with the exception of Jeff. The hardest thing for her, I think, was the fact that when we showed up, everything just got turned on its head. Everything is different all of a sudden.
I was very upset. I would talk to my parents about it or Jeff because I'm really close with Jeff.
Well, she was a little bit worried at first that maybe Virgil and Matt wouldn't take to her that much. And I said, don't worry. I said, I hired you.
He's always been there for me, especially with the changeover. Like, he's probably been like the biggest supporter.
Jessica is nostalgia herself because she's the last holdover from my old crew from years ago. Jessica is the last person still with me that was there years ago.
When Virgil and I kind of came into the fold, it was in dire straits. You know, you were looking at 4-car nights at best.
We weren't getting any business really. There was people barely showing up, which was just heartbreaking to see.
I was driving up to the theater one day. It's when Guardians of the Galaxy first came out. Everybody had Guardians of the Galaxy, and I thought, it thins out the herd too much.
We got 2 great movies for you. First of all, we have Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's rated PG-13.
So we finally decided, okay, once we're done with Guardians of the Galaxy, that's our last brand new movie. After this, we're going retro, we're going classic. It was up and down, it was a roller coaster. By the end of the season, overall, we had lost money. I don't mind admitting that. We had lost money overall.
I know this place went through some scary times. Every now and then somebody offers to buy it, you know, they want to take it out from under us, you know, but fortunately the landowner, he won't sell it. He will not sell it. Yeah, sure, we'd like to make money. That's important. Everybody wants to make money. Nobody wants to do it for free. But the idea is to save the drive-in and to keep it going and to get it even better than what it is. So all 3 of us, we worked for free last year, basically.
We haven't taken any paychecks. We're not paying ourselves at all.
It's a piece of my dream coming true, and that's all I can ask for, you know.
That's a short story. That's basically how it all came together.
It's a universal story.
And that story needs to be told.
I usually take the tickets every night. And when they're doing work, since I live down the road, I'll come here and do stuff whenever.
That's why we came here, because we're always like, wow, I wish that drive-in was open and played old horror movies, because I'd go every time it was open.
Pretty good deal. I mean, free admission, free food, and free movie just for helping out. All I do is just take tickets. It's easy too, because it's $10 a person. So you don't have to remember a lot of shit. And then, I don't know, I just like shitty old movies. Like, the lower the budget, the better usually.
So I'm just kind of clean sweeping everything. We started from that end. We're decluttering, we're moving this way. I'm now by our storage chests, which are actually ancient freezers. It goes dormant for 6 months. In 6 months it gets dusty. Dusty, dirty, animals break in, you just have to clean it. Hose it all down, power wash it. It's not a glorious job, not necessarily a fun job, but it's rewarding.
My name's Corey, and I'm basically just the head chef. Was asked by Matt to, help out cooking, but I've kind of been cooking my whole life, so kind of just fit in. And all this stuff is kind of, basic drive-in food. Fries, hamburgers. We also do chicken nuggets. We do veggie burgers too. They were thinking of closing 2 years ago, and Matt was like, "No, that can't happen. We have to keep this place going. This is a piece of history." That's what keeps me coming back. That's what keeps me sleeping here too. Sometimes, every weekend it's kind of a trek to get up here. So we'll just crash here. We'll sleep.
It's easier to stay there than it is to drive all the way home.
Yes. Home sweet home.
You have guys like Matt and Corey that are staying at the theater overnight from Thursday through Sunday.
We spend all weekend here. We basically prep the place, clean the place, and run it when it's open. In terms of the concession end of things, it's finding the people who will do that, finding the company that is fun to be around. This man is the most fun to be around.
Yes. And we do it because who else?
Who else?
Yeah.
But us. And
so let us begin.
Oh. Whoa.
He and I have worked together for years. He's one of my best friends.
Now Mark's only hope, maybe his last.
Oh, well, obviously, these torches go against the new...
That's probably the biggest project we've worked on is Demon Stone, my first feature film. That actually premiered last season at the Drive-In.
Demon Stone. Coming soon.
Oh yeah, get me out of the car and I'm all stiff and I can't walk. Thanks a lot.
How are you, brother?
Hey, Virgil. Forgot one thing in the back seat. Got to get the time clock out.
Oh yeah, it's official. It's official now.
Yeah.
Want me to help you carry anything in?
Hope you weren't carrying that.
Yeah.
It's not that heavy, but it's hard for one. Here we are, man. 5 days.
5 days.
Yeah,
Wings Hauser.
Wings Hauser.
35 millimeter.
It's been a little while since I've been up here. Yep, just like I remembered it.
Virgil is my film agent. He takes care of Hollywood. He gets all the films sent at the right time and books them.
35 mil, baby, we're back. All right, you want to hold the ladder for me? That's good.
It looks beautiful.
My film agent at the time was not happy with me because he was a first-run film agent. He didn't want to be booking old films because that's not where the money is. That's not where the revenue is for the film companies. The film companies aren't going to like the fact that he's, booking retro. So he didn't really want to be a part of it, so I gave the film agent job to Virgil.
Guess I'll move this.
All right. So that's sent.
So literally what we just did is emailed Paramount just like that, because we had a change in our schedule. Originally, we were planning on trying to make a Patrick Swayze weekend work, Crazy for Swayze weekend work. But it's amazing, honestly, that we have that type of relationship now with the studios that, you know, we're on a first name basis. One of the studios had said, you guys are nuts. The fact that, like, you're transferring back to reel and standing on the fact that you're going to be able to get 35 millimeter for a long time. He said, literally, my only suggestion to you is go digital, you know, and was like very true to heart about it. And this is the same guy now that responds to me like that whenever we come to him with 35 millimeter requests. We have technical standouts now at the theater on why it is appealing for people to want to do shows with us. The idea that we have the largest CinemaScope screen in Pennsylvania, second on the East Coast and in the country, is, for some people, they would kill to be able to have their film shown on that screen. You know, not only that, but we transferred back to reel, which for some people, that's the only way that they will put their films out there. So that opened up the door for us, you know, as far as being able to get private collectors. If for a dying medium, it needs people like us to kind of keep it alive, you know, and stand on that podium, I guess, that high ground on top of the mountain and shout it. These are ideas of like actors. We want to kind of do retrospectives of certain actors and obviously directors. Some of them we've already been able to check off the list.
Any feature that we put on, any double that is a Mahoning branded show is the brainchild of Virgil.
But this office in general has become like a brainstorming center for me, you know, as far as the booking of the films goes. But, you know, these are kind of dream lists in a weird way. It's like, you know, obviously we want to do Coen Brothers weekend one year. We obviously are going to do a Coppola weekend one year. But, you know, I think this is, I don't know, a weird little motivator for me.
Just wondering when you guys are swinging by. Cool. Yeah, there's no rush. It's just the gate opens at 6 is all. All right. Well, we'll see you soon, bud. Peace. See, when the help doesn't show up right away, I get worried. It's like I'm like a protective mother. Like I'm a helicopter mom. I'm a helicopter Matt.
I'm a bit of a disjunctive personality, meaning it doesn't exactly line up. I have this weird, intense, serious side that tends to come out in stressful situations. That's just like all business and no bullshit. Like, get stuff fucking done.
What's going on here at the Briar? What's going on here? What's this?
And then there's times where I become an alien and chase people around the lot. So I, you know.
I know. Don't look at the camera. Don't look at the camera.
How you doing?
Good! Good to see you guys. I'd expect nothing less.
Virgil, what's going on, man?
It's all happening, my friend. It's all happening.
Yeah. Ashley, hi. How you doing? All right. Okay. Here we are. Our season opener is always The Wizard of Oz and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory because it's a tradition and everybody wants to get here for that.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Mahoning Drive-In Theatre, one of the largest and oldest drive-ins with one of the largest screens left in the United States. We're certainly glad you could be with us this evening, especially you're not just here on opening weekend, you're here on opening night, and that's fantastic. All you folks out there, you make us feel real good for showing up tonight. I think we got a great season ahead of us. We got two great classics for you tonight. Of course, we have The Wizard of Oz, 1939. I don't think anybody ever remade that unless you're talking about The Wiz. But, and then our second film tonight, of course, is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the original from 1971 with Gene Wilder.
I'm catching up on Rick and Morty and discovering his work in that has been another one of the many.
The Mahoning Drive-In Theatre is filled with characters, to say the least, and maybe one of the biggest characters I'd say is Robert.
It is a nice image. It kind of made me gasp. I guess you're recording now. Well, what does Roger Ebert say? Movies are windows to the world. They're like empathy machines. And I love sort of the democracy of movies. They can be anything. And I love popular movies. I love the small, arty films. And coming here for the first time for The Wizard of Oz is perfect. I feel almost blessed. And I'm not even necessarily a religious person, but movies bring me closer to God, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'm into it. I'm a zealot.
He's the king of conversation.
I'm going to be here, like, I counted the movies. I think I'm already planning on seeing 35 movies here this summer, and those are just the weekends you've announced.
He's very sweet. Sometimes I don't know what to say to him because I just feel like he has so much knowledge on all these older films, and I just don't know how to chime in to compare with what he has to say.
He has an analysis of everything.
Yeah, it was a little hard for me the first time I watched My Son, What Have Ye Done, but I think it's worth taking that leap of faith. I don't even really care about the Friday the 13th movies. I was this close to Sam Neill once. I'm not going to make this easy for you in the editing room. I'm really sorry. That was the year of the terrible Godzilla movie. The Brexit this morning. So stupid. So stupid. The superhero movies, even when they're good in many cases, bore me because it feels so cookie cutter. I fell asleep during the climaxes of Ant-Man and The Amazing Spider-Man, but then something like Mad Max Fury Road comes out and I see it's eight times in theaters. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check. I actually do keep track.
Sometimes weird stuff happens out here. Last year it was mice, and they used to run around, and when you're sitting in here, after it's quiet for a while, they start to touch your shoelaces and stuff, and you look down, and then they run away. But this year, for some reason, it's ants. Probably crawling in my soda and stuff, and I probably drank a whole bunch. Some people get mad, too, about the movie price. $10 per person is apparently too much. Some guy freaked out on his wife, and he's like, "That's it, we're going home." And they pull over there, and they just sit forever, and I could see him just yelling in the car, and then he comes back up, and I tell him the price, and he goes, "Yeah, I know," and he just throws the money at me and drives in.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for coming out tonight to the Mahoning Drive-In Theatre, especially on opening night. You made us feel fantastic. We hope you'll come back and see us again soon. Good night, and God bless you.
Nice to see you. You too. I missed you guys.
Yes. Good job.
I think we had a successful show, my friend.
I think so. I'm pleased with what we did tonight. Considering that the weather was supposed to be bad, turned out it wasn't, but that's what people were expecting. So I am overall pleased with tonight, thinking about it. I am. Yep.
All right, brothers.
All right, man. Take it easy.
See you soon.
See you
Drive
tomorrow
safe.
night. Or
Brother.
tomorrow night.
Honestly, there are worse things in this world than Ewoks. There are minions. There are minions. There are emojis.
There's Ice Age in space.
Is that a thing?
Yep. You would think they would notice that their headlights are shining on the screen. No, they're sharing a brain. I don't know.
Oh, thanks. Enjoy the movies.
It just makes me feel all warm inside and nostalgic. I haven't been to a drive. There used to be one in Limerick, Pennsylvania, and it's closed now. I think they made it into a Target. And I think the last movie I saw there was Funny Farm with Chevy Chase, and I saw Beetlejuice there in the 80s. And I haven't been to one in like 20 years, and I'm 38 now. So this is exciting to be back here. It's very fun.
All throughout my childhood, went to Becky's and Shanklow's. So for me, you know, the driving experience is burned into my soul.
Yeah.
And so discovering this place, it was almost like a calling. It was like, oh, I love that. The second I saw something a lot, I'm like, this is big. This is a special place.
So for me, like a lot of people, the drive-in represents a simpler time. It's a nostalgia place, but for me, it brings me back to a simpler time. My initial love of storytelling and film and theater in general started at a drive-in. We had the Bucks County Twin in my town, which I saw so many double features there with my family. I'm getting emotional talking about it. I fell in love with film in the backseat of my parents' car, you know what I mean? And that camaraderie with my family is something that I feel like we're trying to build back with the drive-in.
When I was little, we went to a lot of drive-in theaters, and I don't know, I'd remember looking out of the car windows and seeing all kinds of people I didn't know walking around the field and walking in and out of the concession stand, and we always parked in the field where I could see the people going into the concession stand and coming out and seeing the lights on the concession stand, and you know, of course I would see the intermission reels when they would play, and it was just made a magical kind of thing. And it just stuck with me, even through the years that I was running indoor theaters. The drive-in thing always stuck with me, and I always thought, gee, wouldn't that be neat someday if I could run a drive-in? The one we went to the most often was the Super Skyway. That was in Coonsville, right outside of Allentown. And one day, they pack us up in the car. It's the middle of the afternoon. Where are we going? Well, you'll find out. Well, I thought this was neat because it just happened to be my birthday, right? Yeah. So, all of a sudden, you know, they're heading over towards Coonsville, towards the drive-in theater, towards the Super Skyway, and I'm wondering, why are we going over here? It's, you know, it's like 6 hours before the show's even going to start. They're not even letting people in yet. This is like 3 in the afternoon. So we went over there, and they drive up to the gate, and they just keep on going. No tickets. They just drive into the field. Of course, there's nobody there. I said, what's going on? And they're like, well, this is happy birthday. And I'm like, what? And they had actually gotten permission from the manager to let us come on the field early and have a birthday party for me. And it was fantastic. But we saw all kinds of movies there over the years. But yeah, that was neat. Yep. I still have both of them, but they haven't been in good health for several years. So when I think back to that, I remember when they were young and in great health, and it was just a fantastic time. It was a great time. Yep.
And do you regret at all that you didn't have children to kind of
Oh yeah.
do that?
Oh yeah. Big time. Big time. Big time. Very busy. Wrong place at the wrong time. Had a couple of wonderful girlfriends in my history, women that I loved dearly, from the Air Force on. And just either my working schedule or something, and Well, yeah, I regret not having a wife and kids. I think that would be perfect, but I tried. Gave 150% whenever I had a relationship. I really gave 150%. I tried to. But for whatever reason, I'm still single and I've got radio and I've got my drive-in. Whoopee. No, it's cool. But I do regret it. That's a good thing. That's a good thing to mention.
You know, we talk a lot about getting back to a simpler time and nostalgia, and this world is insane. You know what I mean? And I mean, I see why people want to escape. Why people want to get out of their head, you know, because life's hard as shit. The older you get, I see it. Loss of love, loss of life. Like, you long for simple and long for a time that is pure. And Mahoning is a portal into that, without a doubt, you know.
Hey, what's happening, my friend? How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Good to see you.
Gene, how's it going, man?
Okay, yeah.
All right.
There. Yeah, let me edit that. What does timeline mean? What does that mean? What is timeline?
Timeline is like, it's basically, it's your profile, it's everything that you post or people share with you. There you are.
Yeah.
I had glasses in there, but they weren't dark frames. They were clear plastic.
Gene is that portal back, you know, to the days of the Mahoning specifically that we don't have access to.
He's like the Yoda of this place, right? They kind of travel to him and get the sage wisdom of the past.
He was the original projectionist at the drive-in. He opened the place in 1948. I'm sorry, 49.
Yeah, he gets mad about that.
Yeah, I know. I do the same thing. It was built in 48. Let me start that again. He was the original projectionist from 1949.
So we established it was definitely 49.
Definitely. You want to go to the Borough building and find out the records? Go ahead. Jeez.
Now, I've got a copy of the ad from opening night.
Yeah,
I have a copy of the ad.
April 29th,
April something, 49. Yeah, April.
49. April showers.
April showers.
In April.
And Southern and Jack Carson was in it.
And everything was set up exactly like it is now, right?
Yep.
So the projection.
Those E7s are still running, Jeff, huh?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Did it pay well back then?
Well, yeah, it was.
Running
Well, I loved it. I didn't care if I got paid nothing. I loved it so much.
Absolutely.
That's how I felt, Virgil. I'm telling you.
Well, we know how that is because we don't get paid.
Yeah.
The same exact way.
We don't get paid.
Well, where did you get trained on?
Up in Nesquehoning, I was about 12 years old, I guess. I was working when I was underage. When the war broke out, the one operator got drafted.
Wow, so you're in there at 12.
And the government let me go. See, they said, let them work. We need manpower.
They're like, we'll look the other way.
They turned their head the other way. Yeah. My favorite thing was, I used to love to go in and inspect the film. We had inspected in those years.
Oh, yeah.
Running through your fingers, Jeff, you know.
I still do it. I
Yeah.
still do it. On most of them, not all of them.
And this was right around here, this photo.
Bangor, Rosetta.
Wow. Well, I remember we asked you if you had any personal pictures, and your answer was they're with all your old girlfriends. They held on to them.
There's a couple in the concession that they kept coming over the projection room. I didn't get the gist of it, you know.
Kept giving you the peek.
Yeah, beautiful. That's why I got married late in life, probably. Thought, hey, you better get married. It's getting late.
Would she come out to the drive-in with you?
Very rarely.
Really?
And then she got kidney disease, and she got a kidney transplant. It lasted 17 years. It conked out. They couldn't get it going anymore. Yeah. She passed away. Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yep. I miss going out there. I just loved running movies.
Yeah.
I used to work until 1 o'clock, and I go to work the next morning.
Yeah.
The telephone company.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
When you get used to it, I don't mind it one bit.
Yeah.
3 hours sleep, I'm up.
Yeah.
Stop in again.
I will, my friend. I'll see you soon.
I can talk more and more. I can keep talking.
Yeah, I know you can.
So what time did you guys get up?
Today it was 11:30. And we usually stay up pretty late, but it was 2:30 and we were just like, we need to go to sleep. Because, I mean, it's not that we're going to have a crazy night tonight. No, we don't think it, but
Yeah, it's
we
supposed
hope.
to rain, I think.
Yeah, we hope something good happens. Or we have some kind of, profitable thing.
Rat? Are you dressed? Are you dressed? There's this weird hole here. Used to have a doorknob. Matt! Hey! Are you dressed? Are you? I don't know. Oh yeah. There's a gentleman here.
Breakfast. Well, I thought we had like what, 13 people last night? I think it's messier than some of our bigger nights. Oh, the used condom that I found in the bush behind that exit sign, all the way on the end of the lot. It's kind of weird. I don't know why you wouldn't just do that back here or anywhere else besides under that bush.
So would they still run the movie if no one came?
I don't know. I mean, it's never happened before. I know that there was one time when it was raining real bad and there was only one dude and we still showed the movie for him. But it's never been a time when it was just 0 people. You know what I mean? The least I ever show up would be like 20 or something like that, and that's rare when it's that little. Oh, that's Jeff.
Hey. Nothing like showing up late to your own party. Oh my gosh. Do we have anybody yet? Nah? All right. Well, we'll see. It's a messy night, but we may get a couple people showing up.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
I remember cutting high school to go and see the original Spider-Man. But it rained that weekend, and we got like the worst attendance of the year.
No, Patrick. So 3 tickets. All right. All right.
All right.
They're on. We're on.
Then, oh, if you only have a couple of cars, send them home. No, you don't just send them home. How do you know how far these people have traveled? You don't just go, oh, I'm sorry, it's raining, we're closing tonight. You don't do that. You run.
Every single weekend we have people coming from New York, New Jersey, Maryland.
So, here in Keene, New Hampshire, on this lovely sweltering Friday morning, I usually like to start my day roughly on the road by 10 at the latest.
It's amazing. I think he said it takes him 5 hours one way to drive. That's just how much he loves.
6.5.
Oh, 6.5.
People think I'm crazy when I tell them that I drive 6.5 hours to be here. I think they don't understand exactly what this place is. They say, well, don't you have any drive-ins closer? I'm like, yeah, I've got one 45 minutes away, but it's not the same thing. The Mahoning is different. It is truly a love of film. I love it. I mean, Matt and Corey don't believe me when I tell them I thoroughly love what I do here. I love dealing with the people. I basically just run the register at the snack bar.
Thank you very much. Enjoy. Yep.
I am paid nothing. I worked my way all the way up to being an unpaid snack bar attendant. It's pretty much true.
But for somebody who's volunteering and isn't really getting anything out of it except a free hamburger, or something, I mean, he can eat all the food he wants if he's driving 6.5 hours.
And if people think I'm crazy, let them. I don't really mind that much. It makes me happy.
So everything I need to be somewhat human fits into a tidy backpack here, along with holiday-themed unmentionables, my Mahoning work shirts, change of shirt in case it's a hot day. I am now the cleanest I will feel for the next 3 days, and it is time to hit the road.
So I pass it every time I come down here, twice. And someday I will stop when I have enough time and enjoy the snake and animal farm. And this is why I always leave early. Invariably, somewhere along the way, traffic is going to come down to a crawl. And here I am in Pennsylvania. My heart always sinks a little when this happens. It always seems like the closer I get to Laheyden, the more chance of rain. And I don't know, for me driving, rain at the drive-in isn't a huge deal. I mean, you turn your wipers on, but I want the place to do well. And I know most normal people, when it starts to rain, they just cross the drive-in off their list. So today it took me about 7 hours to get here. The first big thrill is always seeing the Mahoning sign. Makes me happy, lets me know I'm kind of back home again. But really the excitement for me kicks in the first time I see the screen. There it is. A giant, towering Mahoning screen.
What this has created here
is
there's
I'll have to.
It's a clear health code violation.
The flag of our people. The symbol of our planet.
Well, every weekend isn't going to be a winner. We've had 1 or 2 weekends where the turnout wasn't what I expected. I thought it really would be better. We're 4 months done and 2 left. So, we're like 3/4 of the way through the season, and I would say maybe 3 weekends weren't what I thought. So that's a pretty good record. That's a pretty good record.
My zombie getup.
With any show that we decide to put on, any theme that we decide to hit, without a doubt, James has memorabilia or something that falls into the love of that theme or that film.
More stuff. Like a Walmart. Oh, that's great. It means the stuff that I buy for myself doesn't make me a hoarder if I'm able to share it with other people. Because I'm already going to get it anyway, some of it at least. So I might as well. It's sad when it just is sitting in like my house or my garage and nobody sees it except for me.
He is the guy that single-handedly turns our show into an experience.
That'll be a fucking great day, you know? Yeah, I'll try to come as much as I can.
Oh, totally, dude.
Camp Blood, though, I'm calling dibs on this because I'm really gonna invest in this one, like
it's
hardcore.
Yours, bro. It's yours.
Like I'm gonna try to make this as much like you're in Camp Crystal Lake as possible.
Dude, and
you know?
that's what we really need to kind of work toward.
Like I said, my job, nobody really cares about the things I care about. I can't really go and, up to somebody I work with and express like, oh my God, isn't this cool that, this is happening? Like, they don't really care. It's not a big deal to them, But then I get to come down here and watch Night of the Living Dead and dress up as a zombie, and yeah, it is cool to be able to show that part of myself
and have people actually care what I'm saying and not just be like, all right, yeah, whatever. You're a movie fan, I get it, you know. But here it's like everybody is. Everyone's a movie fan. Everybody, you know, if you're here, if you made the trip, there's a reason for it.
So, unfortunately, I couldn't make it to most of the events prior because I was a server, but I just quit my job to make it out here, and you gotta do what you gotta do. So now I can go to all the horror events I want.
This is my first time, actually. I'd never been here before, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Don't leave home without it. This is just to show the friendly horror chicks that we're not misogynist pigs. We have appreciation for all genders of Disney films. And we love our heroines, not heroine, heroines. But yeah, drive-in is like the best way to see a movie.
And you know, drive-ins too, they're kind of going the way of the dodos. So I mean,
yeah,
any
not
that
many
are
left
around here. You gotta support and, you know,
the hell
turn
out of
for it,
drive-ins.
yeah.
So you know, and I'm an old school horror guy. You know, my mom got me started on it, so I have a lot of appreciation for actual reels and all that.
I love the festival mentality that we've brought to it. And with us working with outside people, like Exhumed Films or, you know, Grindhouse Pictures, we're hitting kind of the grindhouse market now, too.
There's a church in the valley by the wildwood, no lovelier spot in the dale. No place is so dear to my childhood as the little brown church in the vale. Oh, come to the church in the wildwood, to the trees where the wildflowers bloom.
You haven't lived until you've eaten a corn dog at 2 in the morning.
I'm used to this after 15 years. I love it. Don't love the temperature and the humidity sometimes, but I still love the job.
Come to the church in the wildwood. Oh, come to the church in the vale. No place is so dear to my childhood as the little brown church in the vale. How sweet on a clear Sabbath morn.
The international filmmaker Kevin Smith finally made it.
This is what it's all about, man. You know what I mean? The fandom to the extreme.
Come to the church in the vale.
Oh, you screwed.
When's the movie supposed to come out? Because I understand you started off wanting to make a movie about drive-ins and then decided to make a movie about this drive-in. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. That'll probably, like, I don't know, like, I want to see more like these documentaries that don't get the huge national exposure. I'm finding more and more interesting sometimes. Like, I'll always watch a Herzog or an Errol Morris film, but there was this one film that, you know, I barely even knew existed, but I had a chance to see it. It was called Dwarves Kingdom, and it was this really insightful thing into, like, you know, all these issues of race and xenophobias, and it ended with, I think, an accidental homage to Citizen Kane, but I thought it totally fucking earned it, and the filmmaker was there, so that was a pretty cool experience.
He emailed us actually a couple days before saying, I have a DeLorean, I'm thinking about coming to the drive-in. Would that be cool? Like, as if that's not cool. And he didn't confirm that he would show up, he just said he was thinking about it, and he did. He just totally surprised us.
Illusion, because it doesn't go out as far as it looks.
Oh, Mills was he was made for this car. Oh yeah, dude.
I've been waiting to sit a DeLorean. I think this was the right place to break my DeLorean virginity. I was about to watch a 35mm Back to the Future and sit in a DeLorean for the first time. That was pretty sweet.
Hi guys, how's it going?
I know.
I've only missed one weekend so far. That's because I was in Georgia. I'm going to volunteer Sunday of this week for the first time, as long as nothing changes with my plans that day. I'm looking forward to getting to know most of the other volunteers better. I mean, there's a different dynamic when you're on the other side of the counter, and I've tried to, respect the fact that they're part of an organization, and as friendly and casual as I may be, they can't always match me at that level, and I think I'm looking to erode that a little bit by becoming more officially part of it. Assuming it's the original Hills Have Eyes. Granted, I haven't seen the remake, so I can't cast judgment, but I can be skeptical. $4. Thank you, sir. My friend Ken helped. His name is Kyle, and he and I have been basically joined at the hip, except for actually becoming adults and moving apart to different cities. So it'll be something to fucking see. Be like two of me talking. Yeah, I'll get this one.
Yeah, we didn't work last year. One day, I guess, when Dan was.
I feel like we do a lot of horror films. That's personally not my favorite. So I feel like kids wouldn't come to that.
So what are your names?
Sebastian and Stefan. Mine is from part 5, and I like it because blue is my favorite color, and I like the designs on it. It's really awesome. I keep forgetting about this mask from what part it is. This mask is from part 7. I don't know why you chose it, Stefan. Why'd you choose that mask? I keep forgetting that.
They know the difference between what's real, what's fake, and they just like the entertainment of the movies, and they just really like it. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with. I was raised on it, and my generation was raised on it. I grew up fine. I'm working. I raise a family. Not to mention, we also have a 6-foot animatronic Jason at home that we put out. So the boys really get a kick out of that, right, guys? Yeah.
Your body bag champion! We've got a couple prizes.
Can't get out of this room.
So what brought you here tonight?
The fact that they're open.
Oh, gloves.
Is there a machete around here somewhere?
Right here. Or you can't see.
I'm really blind. Son of a bitch.
This tastes better.
I show up as Jason, and people seem to need to get a picture with me. So it's pretty sweet to go on, Instagram, Facebook, wherever, and see pictures of me that people are posting. It was really surreal to be walking around during Friday the 13th Part 6, dressed up as Part 6 Jason.
Friends, we have all come here today to witness an important day in the lives of Trisha and Sean.
They have invited us all here to share with them their expression of love for and commitment to one another.
I thought it was the ultimate compliment. I really did. People love your drive-in so much they want to get married there.
And then it came down to kind of logistics of it, you know? How do we put a wedding on this lot? You know what I mean? How do we make this a memorable thing for Sean and Tricia?
Sean, I choose you forever and always, in sickness and health, in failure and in triumph. I will dream with you, celebrate with you, and walk beside you through whatever our lives may bring.
Tricia, I love you so very much, and I promise I'll always be this tall and always be this funny. And I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you.
By the power of your love and commitment and the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Sean, you may kiss your bride.
We just love coming to the Mahoning Drive-In. It's a wonderful place. The first time we ever came here, it was, I'd say a few years ago, and we came and we loved it. We were like one of 3 cars here, and the last people were Tricia, Jeff, and I. And we thanked him for the evening, and we've just been trying to come back as much as we can ever since. You don't get an experience like this pretty much anywhere. A triple feature in the middle of a giant field, screen that big.
Oh yeah, I've seen you walk up from work. You're like,
It's magic.
Every great story starts with having a beer. Corey and I bought this 3,000 lumen standard definition ViewSonic projector for like a few $100 on Amazon. And I got it for the explicit purpose of like lighting up a small screen in the snack bar to project VHS tapes, you know, during intermission and stuff, just as an extra little bonus. We're playing with it, we're playing tapes, and we're drinking beer, and you know, a couple beers in, let's point at the screen. Let's drag it outside and aim at the screen. Just see, let's just see. So we get an extension cord, we plug it into the wall, and we wander outside, and
It's something that shouldn't have worked.
It wasn't bright, but it filled that screen.
But then one day, Matt said to me, he said, you know what? He said, I think if I bought a couple of auditorium-sized projectors and stacked them together so that they would have a brighter output, he said, I think I could fill that screen.
What got the ball rolling with this thing was that Jaws screening.
I was on my way into Allentown to pick up supplies, and I got the call from Virgil that the prints weren't gonna show up.
I feel like I walked into Matt panicking, and he was just like, our film didn't come in, I'm trying to figure out a solution, this is what I'm doing, I need you to stay in here, I'll be taking care of that, if you really need me, come out and get me. It was a madhouse.
So it comes showtime Friday night, we have Jurassic Park, but we don't have Jaws.
So we were totally screwed. We promoted this thing as Bite Night, you know? Jaws and Jurassic Park, tag team.
So we thought, well, we already know we have the license to run it, we have the rights to run it.
We were scheduled to play Jaws tonight. 35mm print, obviously, that's what we do. And we got a call 0 hour from Universal saying that the print is delayed on being delivered. Now for us, we don't really have an option as far as a backup for something like this. It's pretty much the show goes on or we cancel the ship. So what Matt's doing up there now, if you can see it, is he's calibrating a
kind of a backdoor approach to doing digital. I'm aligning these two to the same image. The image is lined up on the screen. And I'm using this test pattern here as a means of kind of sort of synchronizing the two. And what that does is increases the brightness. So these two projectors are going to hopefully light up that giant CinemaScope screen.
Fingers crossed that this all goes well, man, because if that screen says Jaws in about 5 minutes, we're all going to be happy.
So it was kind of a blessing in the sense that, well, none of us know what's going to happen, so I guess we're all in this together. All right, I needed to keep that light down, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Here we go. We're jacked in, we're plugged in, all the sound's going.
Suspense is killing me.
I know.
Please.
Yeah.
Ow! This is the first time we've done anything like that, literally. Put on a show. Actually, first realize we don't even have a print, then realize that no one wants to see any other print that we have, so we have to put on this show somehow. Digital.
That was basically our first real test of the system.
But it worked. The fact that it worked was enough for me to explore the idea and begin developing an actual system that we could professionally premiere a film. I don't know, that weekend is pretty pivotal, and that's what really threw us into building the actual projection booth.
And then I had the booth constructed with projection glass, which is low iron glass. It's specific glass for a projection booth.
So the way this works, we've got 3 large venue projectors. These are like auditorium projectors that you'd find at like a school or a business. And what I've done is I have routed them all into a splitter, a VGA splitter that goes into a laptop. There's also an analog splitter here for like VCRs, DVD players, things like that. So there's 2 inputs in each projector, but it's all coming from the same source. So each of these projectors are getting the same signal. And what I've done is I've overlaid the image to make it brighter. Each projector adds brightness, more light in one space. So the idea is, you know, with these 3 projectors, we're able to illuminate with a presentable image the entire screen. That's corner to corner of the whole scope. It's exciting, you know. It's, as Jeff puts it, it doesn't take anything away. That's the important thing. That's what we wanted to do. It doesn't change the original booth. It doesn't change the drive-in. This is completely mobile. This is completely unobstructive, and it basically is a system that can just, it's a tool. It adds to what we can already do. Now we can do anything.
As far as digital goes, it's a $5,000 answer to a $100,000 question.
Absolutely.
That's $5,000–6,000, including the projectors, instead of turning this into a $100,000 mess.
We have a means to play digital films now. And it freaks some people out, you know. For some people, the reason they come to the Mahoning is to see 35mm film. For a lot of people, that's the reason they come to the Mahoning.
I wouldn't want to see a digital presentation done like that instead of a film print. Like, I know a lot of theaters, studios force them to do it, but if Gene Wilder passes away, a theater wants to run Willy Wonka, so they go to their video library at home and go, okay, they pull the disc off and just throw it up there. And I guess that works. If it looks good and people show up and are happy, I guess that's okay, but for me it shows a less effort. So for me, the digital here, if they're using that to show things that they just cannot get on film, then I don't really have a problem with it. And if it looks good, that's the thing too. If people are coming from farther away and paying money to see something, they should get the best presentation possible. And if they're coming that far and they're seeing a pan and scan copy of something and it's advertised, you know, as being the feature for the night, that's a little cheesy, but
I think it helps that what we're doing on digital is fucking cool.
Hey friends, Henrik Hutto here, and I want to tell you about something I am just so excited about, and that is the VHS Drive-In. You heard me right. Two of your favorite retro things, VHS and the Drive-In, are coming together in Mahoning, Pennsylvania at the Mahoning Drive-In.
It's almost like beyond retro to call the studio and be like, we're not even going to play it on film. We're going to play a VHS tape at a VHS-themed event that we're going to sell VHS tapes. So it's just like beyond, you know.
You'd be like, what?
You'd be like, hold on.
No,
come
wait,
again?
what?
You want to pay us money to do that?
Oh, you're crazy. Okay.
Jeff made it very clear that this is an enhancer. This is something that is going to allow us to show things that we couldn't play on 35 millimeter for whatever reason.
The digital is not a betrayal in any way. It's not like, oh, it was a Dylan Goes Electric or something like that. First time I saw Hateful Eight was on digital, and it looked great. It didn't look 70 millimeter great, but it looked great. And in fact, I have since seen Hateful Eight twice on proper 70 millimeter, and at the Museum of the Moving Image, there was either something wrong with the print. There was something wrong with the print, and the focus was going in and out. And I'm not sure what it would. I think that there's some sort of warping of the print that might have happened that would cause that, because I can't imagine how it wouldn't have spilled over into, we saw a double bill that day, The Wild Bunch and The Hateful Eight, and it was me and another guy named Rob who comes here. He has an orange Prius, and that was a really cool day trip to New York.
We thank you guys so much. 2016 Mahoning Drive-In Theatre. Ah, the memories. Bask in it.
Hey, Trip. Hey, Trip.
I'm going to miss seeing everybody every single week for sure. You know, some of these people are here every single weekend to hang out.
It was magical.
Oh no! Oh, my brother!
I would call these people family. I mean, we sleep together, not in that way. When you share a cement floor next to two other men on air mattresses, you know, stuff gets pretty real.
How do I look? Do I look like a disco queen? I guess it's all of it. I mean, it's all good all the time. I like being here. You know, it's a job where I actually feel like I make a kind of a difference in the world. You know, I always have a good time here. I always look forward to it. You know, I'm here every weekend. I never call off or anything. Yeah, just like being here. I don't know, man. I mean, I always feel like you come out here, and you always come out here at a time when I have nothing to say.
Every week we did a little bit better and a little bit better. Finally, the roller coaster, the up and down was gone. It started to climb on a gradual increase. I thought, wow, this is actually going to work. It looks like this is going to be a viable thing for the future. And it's been working.
Make sure that the sprockets are fitting right over the sprocket holes. They fit in and so that the gates close evenly. Otherwise you can damage a lot of film. So you always check to make sure that they're seated properly on the sprockets.
Ladies and gentlemen, for one more time this year, good evening and welcome to the Mahoning Drive-In Theatre, one of the largest and oldest drive-ins with one of the largest screens left in the United States. We're certainly glad you could be with us this evening, especially on our very last night of the 2016 season.
This community experience of all of us getting together who like, you know, zombie movies, horror movies, sci-fi movies, dinosaur movies, and we all get to hang out and you know, shoot the shit. It brings people together. Instead of us just being on the computer and typing online about how much we like something, we could actually talk in person again, like it used to be.
And you are literally going back in time, a time capsule, and you aren't where you live and you aren't where you grew up, and you know, you aren't where your problems are. It's somewhere else. It's a free place. And yeah, this is an enjoyable escape, I think, for everyone. I think that's why everyone comes back and stays here. It's a place to be yourself, and it's a place to escape lame things that, yeah, I mean, my personal life is all over the place, especially this weekend. This was a real crazy weekend for me. I almost didn't come, but I had to, you know, the last weekend. There's no way I couldn't, so.
That's why I do it. I mean, I don't sleep on that floor just to, you know, be up there, and I love drive-ins, I do. But it's the people. I go there to be around those people.
But here we are, last night of the season, and I miss it already. Every weekend was an adventure. Every weekend was something different.
It's the shit!
I feel like sometimes I'm a daughter to him, and I feel like that's how he views me, which is really nice. Like, I absolutely adore him. He'll reach out to me on holidays and stuff, or I'll reach out to him. He's just a great guy, and he's super sweet.
I'm still glad she's hanging in there. Every year she says she wants to come back, and I think that's great. I love her. Thank goodness it's a beautiful night. Look at those clouds. Man, it's gorgeous. And it's comfortable. Last night we were freezing. Tonight it's beautiful. This is the way to end a season. If you have to end it, and unfortunately we do, this is the kind of night you want to end it on.
I heard a corny old letter song on the radio a while back. I hadn't heard one in so long. I wanted to laugh, you know.
This was kind of how I wanted to break the news to everybody here at the theater, but we had our t-shirt guy work on the newest edition, the onesies, which is also going to be my newest edition, the newest addition to the theater. December 1st, we're expecting. It's a blessing, and one of those things that, you know, like I said, growing up at a drive-in is something I always wished for my kid, the idea of trying to pass that on to the next generation, and it's about to happen, man, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be a proud papa, proud drive-in papa.
I have to get a quick shot of that sky, as I'm sure you can well appreciate. How are you? I've made friends here that I've already been able to see outside of working hours, and, you know, it's, yeah, I guess I'm a little bit without words, a little bit speechless. Maybe that's more meaningful than anything I could say.
We hope you have a wonderful time. Come back soon.